Hey guys, what is up? Rob M here. Welcome to Rob M Studios. And today we are doing a redemption CCG deck building from the I&J Plus starter decks. This is going to be a 4-part series, and we will be journeying through the I&J starter decks, kind of an ode to the I&J starter decks, since we are moving on to the Israel's Deliverance KL decks. Many of you have not necessarily tossed them aside, but we've all gotten so many filler IJ cards from all the LOC or Gospel of Christ packs that, their value isn't necessarily there too much anymore. There's definitely a few cards that you'll see once in a while, but nothing too groundbreaking anymore with all the new cards coming out. So I just thought it would be fun. I know a lot of people have been waiting for some deck build videos from me, so you're going to be getting 4 from the I&J Plus, and then hopefully sometime this fall we will have ones for the KL Israel's Deliverance. So thank you guys for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And go ahead and take a look at this, and we will be right back. Be sure to check out yourturngames.biz for all your gaming needs, whether it be for deck boxes, contender decks. You know you want a contender deck, pick one up. Pick up your own playmat, dice, a rotation battle box, grab bags for each of the sets from rotation, great deal. Complete sets, and so much more. Be sure to check out yourturngames.biz. Alright, welcome back, and we are going to dive into the deck build. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is by no means supposed to be an amazing meta-breaking deck build. This is, after all, cards from the I&J starter deck, which released, I believe, back in 2012. So they did do a re-release with the 6 additional I&J Plus cards. New Jerusalem. It's going to get you that second Lost Soul. Copy of the last good dominant played during this phase. So going to play that with the Son of God. And then Judge's Seat. Each upkeep you may take a good Ruth or Judge enhancement from deck or reserve. While you control a judge, you may discard this card to discard an evil card in a territory. And then we got Denarius. You may take an evil Roman from deck or New Testament Gray enhancement from reserve. While you control an Emperor, you may discard this card to draw 3 cards. Alright, so let's take a look at the cards that we started with. So this would be basically one half of the J deck. So, of course, you want to include Son of God, Angel of the Lord as well, Christian Martyr, Vain Philosophy, Lost Soul, with the draw 1. You might want to, if you have some better Lost Souls, there might be better choices, but I thought it would be fun to include this one, so I did. Then there's one of the Meek Lost Souls. We got Samson, Gideon, Shamgar, that's the one. Then we got Japheth, Samson's Strength, Shamgar's Oxgoad, Trumpet and Torches, Gideon's Call, Family Bond, When Judges Govern. Ooh. There's Emperor Tiberius, which we are going to want to include since Denarius, you can discard Denarius to draw 3. Pilot Soldiers, Quinerus, Mocking Soldiers. We have Hypocrites, Palacertite, Sorrow of Mary, which I actually have in my Type 2 deck, Roman Whip, Colosseum Lions, and Crucify Him. So those would be the cards that we would start with. And then we're going to want to build, maybe take away from there. Obviously, we need to get to a deck of 50. And then we do have a few ways to get to the reserve thanks to Judge's Seat. You don't have to build a reserve. They can be very helpful. But this is a basic deck build with the INJ Plus cards. So that choice is going to be up to you guys. You might also want to include Strife from the I deck if you don't have too many other options for dominance. For us, we got the Son of God, New Jerusalem, Angel of the Lord, Christian Martyr, and Vain Philosophy. If you guys do have it, the Three Woes might be a good addition. Like I said, Strife could go in there as well. Alright, and then for our souls, we chose those two. And then went ahead and mainly pulled from some of the sets closer to INJ just because some of those cards don't see as much play anymore. So thought it would be fun to try to see how I can do in a game with them. So thus this deck building video will spill over into a future video with some gameplay. Once that's up, we'll try to put the link in the description for you guys, or right above. So we got the Lost Soul negate heroes of all opponents who have more than 3 good brigades in play. Prosperity, if drawn, you may discard a card from hand and draw 2. Wicked, the special ability on the first evil enhancement you play each battle is regardless of protect abilities. And we have, when this Lost Soul is rescued, if you played an evil enhancement during that battle, discard all rescuing heroes. And the deck discard. This Lost Soul is put into a site, discard the top card of each opponent's deck. Next up is going to be utility cards. So basically the original INJs didn't have those. Extra components like fortresses and artifacts, they added that in with Judge's Seat and Denarius. And then what we're going to do for our defense is do a lot of capturing, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. So we added the Pit of Dothan. Each upkeep, if occupied by a captured human, may transfer it to an opponent's land of bondage to draw 2. We have the Alexandrian ship. I have never seen this in play, but I thought it would be fun to try to make it work. Each upkeep, if you control a centurion or an Egyptian, you may transfer contents to any land of bondage. And then we have Nero's Realm. Protect this site from Romans. If your Roman emperor blocks, you may discard a captured New Testament character. And then Golden Cherubim. If an opponent draws because of a special ability he controls, you may search your deck for a card. Cannot be negated. Alright, so that adds all the utility cards. Next up is going to be the heroes. So we chose to focus on the judges for this one. So we can put some of the judges' enhancements in the reserve if we want, thanks to Judge's Seat. Let's just go back and take a look at that again. Each upkeep, so that's after draw. So first you draw phase and then upkeep phase. Each upkeep, you may take a good Ruth or Judge's enhancement from deck or reserve. While you control a judge, you may discard this card to discard an evil card in a territory, which that can be pretty nice too. Alright, so our original 4 characters from the starter deck for gold are Samson, Gideon, Shamgar, and Jephthah. We're going to keep this one. We're going to replace these guys with their counterparts from other sets. So we got Shamgar from the Fall of Man. Negate other characters and enhancements except Judge's enhancements. So that'll be nice. And then who else? Samson, the Nazarite. You may discard an animal. While no female character is in play, protect Samson from discard abilities on evil cards. And then, of course, Gideon. You may search deck for a good card with Gideon's name in the title. may ban to Gideon's 3,000 or 300. All right, so we can't just stop there. We need some more heroes, right? We also wanted to add Moses, an 8/8. Says negate enhancements, lost souls, and characters in territories except cloud cards while in battle. Negate enhancements and characters in the field of battle except cloud cards. So we're going to have some cloud cards in our deck as well. Then we have Samuel. First Samuel heroes have site access. Protect First Samuel heroes from capture. If a First Samuel or cloud hero begins a rescue, you may discard a curse or an evil enhancement. Cannot be negated. So Moses and Gideon and Samson, all cloud heroes there. So definitely could see some effect to that in play. And then we have Othniel, son of Kenza. I don't know how to say that. You may discard an idol or a curse or top deck a good judge's enhancement from reserve. After battle, may discard an evil warrior. So some of your enhancements could put in reserve and get them out with him as well. And then we have Jephthah's daughter. You may banish this hero to add Japheth from deck, discard pile, or reserve to battle and choose a human in opponent's territory to block, which would be pretty cool. And we also have a way to use her if we don't have, if we don't want to use Jephthah. I don't know how to say that guy's name. Maybe somebody else does. Okay. So on to our good enhancements. So we have the 6 from the starter deck that have gold on them, right? So we got Samson's Strength for negate and discard the last. Shamgar's Oxgoad discards an evil character. Trumpets and Torches underdecks an evil character. We got Gideon's Call for some Soul Gen, hopefully, revealing the top 9 cards of your opponent's deck, which actually is going to be difficult since all these guys have special abilities, so might not be the best card to include. Let's take that one out. All right, and then we got when judges govern. The important part is if you control a judge, discard an evil card in a territory. So it's better for the root deck. All right. Dwindling down our enhancements here, it seems. All right, and then, of course, Family Bond, negate and discard the last evil enhancement played this battle. So, well, those could be good in the reserve. Why not put them in there? All right. And then we have Avenged. Discard your judge's human hero to discard all evil cards in battle. So hopefully that's a battle winner, but you would have to sacrifice one of your judges for that. We got Faith of Gideon. You may force 2 evil characters to fight each other, or if used by a cloud hero, you may withdraw all evil characters. So that would be good. And then we got Faith of Samson. If your lone hero is in battle, discard all male evil characters in battle. Cannot be negated if more than 1 evil character is in battle. Faith of Samson. And then this next one is an interesting play. It'll be nice to see if it actually works. But I've never seen this really in competitive play, but if you could pull it off, why not? All right, Kindness. Place on your clay or gold hero. During your upkeep, choose an evil brigade, or each player must draw 1. Hero is immune to the chosen brigade this turn. So you're going to place it on the hero. Say, for example, her. And then, let's see, during your upkeep, choose 1 evil brigade, and each player must draw 1. Hero is immune to the chosen brigade. So if they are running a mono brigade defense, this could be pretty effective because you would be immune. Perhaps putting it on somebody like Moses or Samson or Shamgar would be a good idea. Then they're pretty big that way. All right. All right, we are going to add Faith of Japheth. You may discard an evil enhancement from hand to convert an evil character in battle to the brigade matching the discarded enhancement. So they would, say they're crimson and you change them to brown and your opponent doesn't have any brown, then, there's a soul for you, hopefully. On to our evil. So, alright, we're going to keep the Emperor in for the draw 3 off of Denarius. 6/12 Pilot Soldiers, no ability. We're going to take that one out. Quinners has got the main band to a generic Roman, so that could come in handy. We want to try to do some capturing, right? We got the Alexandrian ship, and we got the Pit of Dothan. So the Roman Jailer, you may play an enhancement with a capture ability. After battle, you may heal or convert this evil character. Cannot be negated. And or you may. So, heck, I just choose not to. Let's keep him evil. Why do we want him to be good? We don't, not in this deck. Alright, then we got Porcius Festus. First strike, opponent must give you an enhancement from their hand. Alright. Then we got Drusilla. If blocking, discard the top card of opponent's deck. Put a lost soul in play instead. You may withdraw a hero with a different testament than this card. Alright, so this is a New Testament, so if you're playing somebody with Old Testament, there's a, putting them in special initiative right away. Oh, there's our other Emperor. Emperor Caius Calgus. If blocking and all of your evil characters are Roman, you may negate and discard an artifact. The cross, right? Oh, it cannot be negated, isn't it? I was hoping we could discard the cross with this. Let's see. A site, a fortress in play, or a set-aside area. Well, you can't negate it, but you can discard it, right? Alright. Or a fortress in play or set-aside. Let's get rid of Sheol. If you're not the one using it. That would be nice. Alright, and then we have Claudius Listus. Transfer a captured hero to an opponent. If a character is discarded, capture it to opponent's land of bondage instead. May ban to a Roman soldier. Alright. And then we got Julius the Centurion. Negate characters except Romans. You may search deck for Alexandrian ship. Cannot be negated by a good card. We got Centurion at Jerusalem. Negate characters except Romans. You may transfer a captured character to a territory or exchange your lost soul with the opponent's lost soul. That could be nice. For our enhancements, we got Crucify him. Negate and discard the last good enhancement. Definitely going to want that. Colosseum Lions. Discard all heroes in battle. That's too good not to include. Just going to go out with somebody small to get the initiative if you want to play that. We got Roman Whip to equip down one of basically any of these characters. Opponent must underdeck a card from hand. Sorrow of Maria is a good card, but we're not going to include it in this build. As well as this one. We're going to take that out. And Mocking Soldier, we're going to include that, I believe. Underdeck a random card from opponent's hand. Yeah. Well, we could... We're getting kind of defensive heavy, so we'll take him out. We'll take him out and see how we do. Yeah. There's another negate. Plot to kill. Negate and discard a good card. Cannot be prevented if used by a unique Pharisee or Sadducee. That part won't be true in this deck, but it will be nice to have another negate. We got Seventh Bowl of Wrath. We're doing this for evil, since the good is silver and teal. So evil, negate and discard a fortress or a good enhancement. Alright, we got a territory class. Capture your hero or hero in battle to opponent's land of bondage. That'll be nice if we could do that. And then we got Arrest in Philippi. Capture 2 human heroes in battle. Cannot be negated if Paul or Silas are in battle. Roman Spear. Character has first strike. Protect characters from opponents. You may discard this card to decrease a human of opposing alignment 0/5. well, if they're only 5 or less, it's gonna put them in special initiative. And then arrest in Jerusalem, regardless of protection, capture a hero. That regardless of protect could come in handy. We got uproar in Jerusalem, withdraw a hero. If warrior class Roman is in play, you may capture the hero. And then scattered under deck. All heroes in battle cannot be negated if more than one hero is in battle. Right. That is our Ode to INJ Plus with the Judges offense and Romans defense. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something about deck building, kind of see the process before your very eyes as we build a deck. So stay tuned in a few weeks and we'll have the next build with probably the Ruth and Demons. So we'll see how those mesh together. But yeah, that'll be fun to do. And obviously you can mix and match and build these decks however you want. But just figured if you have the INJ starter decks, maybe you don't have the new starter decks, K&L yet, you can do some deck building with these ones. So, counted it all out, and we have 55 cards in our deck. So we are going to stick with that, and in a later video, we'll see how it fares. We don't have anything in the reserve just to keep it simple. You could include, a couple of these cards that I had pulled out, thought I was going to use, but, probably best bet is to find a few other cards that would work well for the deck. Ideally, you would get up to the 7 dominants that you can have. You can have 1 dominant in your deck for every lost soul in type 1, so it would be 7. 7, you can't just add extra lost souls to get extra dominants. It doesn't work that way. In a 50 card deck, you have to have 7 lost souls. If you go up to 63 cards, you can have 8 lost souls, thus an 8th dominant, but then it's harder to get to the big 2, Son of God, New Jerusalem, or Second Coming if you're lucky enough to have one of those. And then of course we have 7 lost souls. But we have 7 or 8 utility cards and about 8 of everything else. So rule of 8 can be a good place to start, but definitely having ways to get to heroes is important, because if you don't have heroes, you cannot rescue lost souls. So, alright guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed this deck building video, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye now.